Good afternoon. My name is Amenson Meshach from Ankpa local government area of Kogi State. Yes, currently I'm working with Bethel Hospital under the mentorship of Dr. Benedict Opara as a health personnel. Yes, today I'm privileged and I'm opportune to come on board to say something that very tangible to everybody that will hear me out. Yes, before I start, I would like to appreciate the name of our Father, the Creator of the whole universe, which is our Lord Jesus Christ, and also want to appreciate some personality like our Mama Joy, life changers. I pray that God will continue to bless you and provide for you the way you are doing for others. Yes. Then also I want to appreciate my leader, my chapter chairman, Joshua, and other personality. God will continue to bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, today I was opportune to come on board to give us some health talk on a topic that says peptic ulcer. Yes, I don't want to waste much time on this topic because it's very broad and very broad, but I'm going to be sharp and going to be brief about it. There are some key points that we should know I'm going to bring out so that we should know about it. Yes, peptic ulcer, as we all know, they they are disease or bacterial infection that can cause harm to our system anyway. Or if left untreated, it can kill. Yes, it can kill. Yes, I can say that. So I would like to start with telling us what is peptic ulcer. Now, peptic ulcer, like we know, there are open sore on the inner lining or stomach and also at the upper part of our small intestine. So that is the definition of peptic ulcer. So what did I say? Say peptic ulcer are open sore on the lining of our stomach and the upper part of our small intestine. Yes. And I also want to tell us that this peptic ulcer is derived from a word called pepsin. Pepsin are enzymes that act or responsible for digestion in human system. Yes, they combine with other enzymes to act on digestion. So when being released excessively, they can cause harm to our system. So that is why they are corrosive chemical anyway. That is why this peptic ulcer is derived from the pepsin. Yes. So like I said, I don't want to waste much time on this topic because if you want to go into details, it's going to take a lot of time, longer time. So I will now jump up to what causes ulcer. What causes peptic ulcer? Yes. What causes peptic ulcer is not hunger, it's not starving. There are bacterial infection that cause ulcer and some drugs that cause ulcer anyway. Yes, the name of that bacteria that cause ulcer is called Helicobacter pylori, otherwise known as H. pylori. So if you go to hospital, sometimes they say they should go and run your H. pylori. That is what that word means, Helicobacter pylori. Yes, what this Helicobacter pylori does is a bacterial infection. Yeah, I can tell you all that this pyloric or bacterial infection, everybody in the whole world, I think we have it in our system. But when they became much active or many of them acting in your system, that is when you start having this ulcer, this sore. Yes. Then another thing that can cause this peptic ulcer is called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. There is an acronym known as NSAIDs. Yes, there are drugs that you can buy over the counter, which you can take them, like for example aspirin. You can go to the counter without anybody prescription. You can go there and get it and start taking it because it's easy for you to go to the counter and take it. You can go there anytime you want to get it and start taking them. But when you continue taking them for a very longer time, you are going to develop what we call sore, that is ulcer. Then yes, These are the major two things that can cause ulcer. Yes, can probably tell you that. Can cause by Helicobacter pylori, bacterial infection, or it can cause by NSAID, meaning non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Yes, these are the things that cause ulcer. Yes, sorry, we want to talk about the types of ulcer. Basically, we have two types of ulcer. Yes, we have two types of ulcer. We have the stomach ulcer and we have duodenum ulcer, which is acid reflux. The reason why it's called acid reflux is when there are two enzymes that are responsible for breaking down of our food into a smaller particle, that they are responsible for our digestion. Yes, we have pepsin and also we have what we call hydrochloric acid. These two acids I just mentioned now, they are very corrosive. They can melt iron. Yes, I'm proud to say that they can melt any iron. But due to the mucosal lining of our stomach and the GI tracts, that is the gastrointestinal tract, God have made it such a way that they cannot harm our inner structure. If not, these two chemicals, if we are to collect it and put it on any object, it can melt those objects. But due to that way God creates the lining mucosa of the GI tract, God protect us from that. So we have these two chemicals, which is pepsin and hydrochloric acid. So when they say esophageal ulcer, when these two acids I just mentioned beginning to come up to your esophagus, they start creating a sore, that is a wound there. So they became esophageal ulcer. Because the reason why they can act on that part is that the mucosal membrane I've just mentioned, the one found in this esophagus is more lesser consigned to the one in the stomach. Then we have the jejunal ulcer, jejunum. So jejunum is one part of our small intestine. So when you have there's what we call gastrojejunotomy. That is the operational kind of a surgery procedure that we cut the stomach and the jejunum. We join them together. When there is a condition you have before they will do the operation for you. The operation is I think is G something like that. So yes, sorry for that. So when they do the operation for that, they will now the place, maybe when the place is not healing very well, yes, then this chemical, they'll start acting on that part and start creating the wound. They start making the wound more serious than it is before it was. So that is another type of ulcer, the jejunal ulcer. So we have two main type of ulcer. Then the peripheral one is there are also two. And namely, we have a stomach ulcer. We have duodenal ulcer. Then we also have esophageal ulcer, which is acid reflux, and we have the jejunal ulcer. So these are the types of ulcer that may occur. Then now I will know that we want to proceed to the symptom of this peptic ulcer. What are the symptoms of peptic ulcer? Yes, I would like to tell you that 70% of people with peptic ulcer disease did not notice any symptom. Yes, they might not notice the symptom at all, but the most common symptom people report, yes, they report what we call epigastric pain. Yes, in the hospital setup, when you go to the hospital, the major complaint people came with is epigastric pain. So where can we find the epigastric pain anyway? Epigastric pain, this is our sternum. The breastbone is called the sternum. So at the end of this, where this zip from this bone here, where this bone is, yes, that is where you can find the epigastric region. They call this place epigastric region. So people normally feel pains here. Yes, they normally feel pains here. So over 70% of people, that is the major symptom they will come with it, that they're having epigastric pain. Then another one is indigestion. Yes, this one, indigestion, is a very serious matter, because as I'm talking to you, I have had the experience before. But for the fact I know what is really going on with me, I did not scare. I'm not scared at all. Like, I'm not scared. Oh, because if you're having this indigestion caused by this ulcer or this bacteria, what will happen to you is that your stomach, whenever you take anything at all, even though it's one drop of water in your mouth, it will look as if you have taken a lot of food, like a bowl of food. Your stomach will be very big, will be very uncomfortable to you. So when you're having all those things, indigestion, you should know that you're having ulcer. That's why I say that over 70% of people did not know they have this pelvic ulcer. Nausea or vomiting. Yes, you should know that these are signs of pelvic ulcer. Then we want to talk about there are complicated symptoms. There are ones that are complicated. If you're having that one, don't play with that one. You have to see your physician instantly. So which one are the complicated symptoms of pelvic ulcer? Some people do not have symptoms until pelvic ulcer disease cause extra complication. Yes, some people, they will not have any symptom until start to bring out some complicated symptom before they will not know that, yeah, this is ulcer. So number one complication is when you are seeing blood in your stool. Yes, it's not every blood you see in your stool that you are referring to another disease. You can say amoebic dysentery, you can say this is any other sickness. No, when you are having too much blood in your stool, you have to go and do H. pylori test, that is Helicobacter pylori test, so that you will be assured, now be very sure that this is not what I'm saying. Because if you're having this complication in symptom of this pelvic ulcer, that one is very deadly. Then another two is black tearing stool. If you're having black tearing stool, you should know that this is ulcer. Then another one is dizziness or fainting. Sometimes you'll be having dizzy or feel like fainting, or sometimes you fainted. So these are complicated signs of pelvic ulcer. Then another one is pallor. What is pallor? Paleness of the conjunctiva. When you have paleness, pale on your conjunctiva, you should know that because of the stool, bloody stool you have been passing for so longer time, it might lead you to lose some red blood cells in your system and start having a shortage of blood. Then another one is a rapid heart rate. Sometimes if you have this pelvic ulcer disease, you may sometimes be having this palpitation. Your heart will be running faster than the normal time. So if you're having this 4 or 5 complications I've just mentioned, you should know that this one are complicated symptom of pelvic ulcer. Number one, blood in your stool. Number two, if you're having black tearing stool. Number three, if you're having pallor or paleness. Number four, if you're having dizziness, vomiting. And the last, if you're having rapid heart rate. You should know that these are complicated symptoms of pelvic ulcer. So I believe what I've been saying so far is helpful to all of us. So because of this time factor they gave us, I don't want to waste too much time on these things. If not, I should have talked a lot of things on these things. So I want to proceed to how can we diagnose this this pelvic ulcer. How can we diagnose the pelvic ulcer? So to diagnose the pelvic ulcer, they have to run some series of tests. Yes, number one test they can run for you is what we call Helicobacter pylori test. You can do CT scan, you can do X-ray to confirm this ulcer that we are talking about. So yes, then how can we treat and manage this ulcer? The treatment is basically on drugs. Yes, there are drugs that you take that can subside the pains, the burning, and also can heal it. Yes. Number one type of drug that you can take is antibiotics. Why are we taking antibiotic? Remember that we say that this infection is a bacterial infection. So a bacterial infection will need an antibiotic to fight against those bacteria. So you are going to take a bacterial antibiotics to fight against those bacteria. So the example of the medicine that you can buy for them, we have what we call doxycycline, we have metronidazole, which is flagyl, we have amoxicillin. So if you can go for these drugs I've just mentioned, they are antibiotics. They can fight those bacterial infection to kill them, and you will relieve from that pain. Then we have what we call chemotherapy agents. Those one you get to medications to help you to coat and protect your your gastrointestinal tract. So this one they will protect you, and they will help to protect the lining mucosa. The lining mucosa, they will coated it back. Maybe when there is a wearing out of it, they protect it and guide it back again. Yes. So these are the major drugs you can use for them. Then another one, the how to treat it is a kind of preventive measure. You should know how you take these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. A consumption of it should be lesser. Although those drugs are painkillers, they are not bad drugs anyway, but don't abuse it. How can we diagnose this? This peptic ulcer. How can we diagnose the peptic ulcer? So to diagnose the peptic ulcer, they have to run some series of tests. Yes. Number one test they can run for you is what we call Helicobacter pylori test. You can do CT scan, you can do X-ray to confirm this ulcer that we are talking about. So yes, then how can we treat and manage this ulcer? The treatment is basically on drugs. Yes, there are drugs that you take that can subside the pains, the burning, and also can heal it. Yes. Number one type of drug that you can take is antibiotics. Why are we taking antibiotic? Remember that we say that this infection is a bacterial infection. So a bacterial infection will need an antibiotic to fight against those bacteria. So you are going to take a bacterial antibiotics to fight against those bacteria. So the example of the medicine that you can buy for them, we have what we call doxycycline, we have metronidazole, which is flagyl, we have amoxicillin. So if you can go for these drugs I've just mentioned, they are antibiotics. They can fight those bacterial infection to kill them, and you will relieve from that pain. Then we have what we call chemotherapy agents. Those one you get to medications to help you to coat and protect your your gastrointestinal tract. So this one they will protect you, and they will help to protect the lining mucosa. The lining mucosa, they will coated it back. Maybe when there is a wearing out of it, they protect it and guide it back again. Yes. So these are the major drugs you can use for them. Then another one, the how to treat it is a kind of preventive measure. You should know how you take these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. A consumption of it should be lesser. Although those drugs are painkillers, they are not bad drugs anyway, but don't abuse it. Don't go and be taking them almost every time. So because when you are taking them almost every time, you are likely going to have what we call peptic ulcer or ulcer. Sorry, you are going to have ulcer. So these are the treatments and preventive measure of it. The preventive measure, you should minimize the way you take some drugs like this non-steroidal anti-inflammatory. Example of those drugs, we have aspirin, ibuprofen. These are example of those drugs that you can take that will cause or aggravate this peptic ulcer. Yes, I hope you are following me and you are enjoying what I'm saying. Stay tuned, and God will bless you as you continue for the rest of it. So now, what are we going to talk about now? I won't say the preventions and the treatments, the diagnosis and other things. So what are the risk factor of this peptic ulcer? The risk factors. Risk factors of this peptic ulcer. Yes, if you are a type of person that consumes alcohol and also smoking excessively, you are risking your life for this ulcer. So consumption and smoking are risk factors of this peptic ulcer, although they might not cause it on their own unless they have to come in contact with this bacteria. So if you are fond of taking alcohol or smoking, so they are risk factor. Another risk factor of this peptic ulcer is what we call X-ray. This the ray that we know. So because when you are some rays, they can penetrate our systems to a very deeper part of our body. So the X-ray can be risk factors of this peptic ulcer. So those are the risk factors of peptic ulcer. So due to the time factors, I hope this little information I gave us, I believe is going to be helpful to us. And as we continue to celebrate this New Year anniversary, God is going to bless us and many things is going to change in our life. So at this time, I would like to bring us to the end of my episode. I would like to say a big thank you for every one of you that are listening to me. God bless you as we continue to share love together.